Hey guys, what's up? This is Jesse from Hayes Games, and this is part 1 of the video tutorial series on how to make a quiz game in Unity. So before we get started, if you like the content that I'm bringing you, please like, please subscribe, and please check out my apps down in the description below. They're available for both Google Play Store as well as the iOS App Store. And actually the games are based on this tutorial series that we're going to go through, so it's a great learning experience. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's get started. So this is a beginner tutorial series, guys. This is basically, I assume that you know nothing. I assume you know nothing about Unity, nothing about game development, and nothing about C# programming. So don't get discouraged, don't lose hope if you don't have experience in any of those things. I'm going to be your guide, and I'm going to guide you step by step through the process. And I promise you guys, by the end of it, you will have a better understanding of Unity, C# programming, as well as game development. Okay, so in this video, we're just gonna go to Unity, we're gonna download and install Unity, and I'm just gonna show you around the editor a little bit. All right, so let's get started. All right, guys, so here we are. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Google Chrome or whatever your web browser of choice is, and we're gonna type in Unity. And you're gonna see this pop up, Unity Real-Time Development Platform. That's what you want. You're gonna click on that. All right, and on this page, we're going to click on Get Started. All right, and then you're going to see this page pop up, Plans and Pricing. Don't worry, we're not paying for any of these. We're going to click on Individual, this Individual tab. Okay, and we're actually going to click on the Personal, under Personal, Get Started. Okay, so you're going to click on that, and then it's going to say Start Creating with Unity. We're actually going to go to Returning Users, because we don't want the default tutorial to load up, okay? And it's going to say get starting with Unity Personal, okay? And so you're going to click on accept terms, and you're going to download the Unity Hub, all right? Now I already have Unity downloaded and installed on my computer, so I'm not going to do that. But once you guys have Unity downloaded, installed, all right, we're going to go here, and mine's on the bottom. This is what it looks like. It's a white box with like another black 3D box inside of it. And so we're going to click on Unity Hub, and that's going to open up the Unity Hub. And it might take a little bit longer the first time that you've opened it. Okay, and so this is the Unity Hub, and here you can see on the left hand side we have our projects. Okay, and then we have another tab called Learn, and this is where you can download some like tutorials. I don't really recommend those. They don't really teach you the fundamentals. And then you have Community, and then installs. So this is all your different versions of Unity, because you can go back and forth to different versions of Unity if you want. So we're going to click on projects, okay? And what you're going to do here is you're actually going to click on new, okay? And this is going to pull up this window. So create a new project with Unity, and your version number might look different to mine depending on when you watch this video, okay? And so these are the different templates, okay? So there's a 2D template, so that's for creating 2D games. There's the 3D template, which is for creating 3D games. Then there's the high definition render pipeline. That's for creating more stuff for consoles and PC. So it's more like high end, like lighting and stuff like that. And then you have the universal render pipeline, which is for more for mobile centric stuff. But we're just making a 2D game, a quiz game. So we'll just click on the 2D template. So you click on it, see it turns blue. You're going to go over here to your project name, and you're going to name your project name. I'm just going to name mine Quiz Game Tutorial. So I'm going to Quiz Game, keyboard wants to work, Quiz Game Tutorial. All right. Once this path already exists, I already created it, so I'm actually not going to go through that process. But and then here is a location. So you're going to save it in whatever location you want. Yours is probably going to be a C drive. I have multiple drives on my computer, so that's why mine says E. And I have it saved in a folder called Unity Projects. Okay, so you can create that folder too, whatever drive you want to create it on, and that's going to be the location that is saved. Okay, and then you're just going to go down here and see mine doesn't. It's going to be blue, and you're just going to hit Create. Okay, I'm not going to hit Create because I already have one, so I'm just going to X out up here. So you guys hit Create, and I'm going to go over here and just press on my Unity game tutorial. Okay. It looks like I already have it open up here. So, okay. So you're going to click here. I'm going to click here on Quiz Game Tutorial. And it might take a few moments to load it up, especially if this is the first time that you're using Unity. So just give it a few moments and then come back once it's done downloaded, okay? All right, guys, so I hope everyone's back. So this is the Unity editor. If yours doesn't, actually I'm gonna go up here to layout. Everyone go to layout and click default, and that's gonna, so this is by default what it looks like, okay? So just go up here to this tab up here, and this is the different ways you can lay out Unity, okay? So this is the Unity editor, guys. So I know it might look really overwhelming for a lot of you first time opening it, but don't be scared. We're not going to use a lot of this stuff in here anyway. So basic few things I want to show you here is this is your scene view, as you can see by the scene tab up here. This is your, if you click on the game tab, this is going to be your game view. And then this is asset store, which we're not really be concerned with the asset store, but so scene view and then game view. And what I actually want you guys to do is I want you to click on this tab, click and hold it, and then drag it over here and then lock it in place and just let go. So this is now we have our scene view and now we have our game view side by side. It's very useful when we're building your game, because you can, without clicking back and forth, you can kind of see what your game is going to look like, okay? So this is your scene view, and this is your game view. So you can see in the scene view, what do we have? We have a camera here, all right? And so this is basically everything that you're going to be seeing inside your game. And then your game view, you see, has this like weird blue background. The reason for that is if you go over here and click on main camera, you can see the background is set to blue, okay? And we'll just keep it like that for now. Not really too important, okay? So again, scene view, game view. Don't be concerned too much with this stuff up here. Right now, we're really not going to be using a lot of that anyway for this series. All right, and so over here we have our hierarchy. So this is all the game objects that are in your scene. And you see by default, Unity loads up with something called the sample scene, which is basically like your first scene. And then it also loads with the main camera. So your main camera is your first object in your scene. So you see when I clicked on main camera, this showed up over here. So this is your inspector. So your inspector, basically, you can inspect all your game objects. No, not your scene. Your scene doesn't have anything attached to it. But your main camera, you can look at all the components that are attached to it. So basically, it's like looking inside your game object. And so you can see main camera has a transform. So what's transform? So all game objects come with a transform component attached to them, okay? And transform basically is just its position, rotation, and scale in space. So position would be where it is on the X and Y and Z axis. The rotation would be how it's rotated, and scale would be like how big or small it is. And then the camera component is attached to this as well. So the camera comes with a camera component attached. Makes sense, right? And this is, we're not going to really be using or changing anything here anyway. So I'm not going to really go over that too much. And then audio listener down here, we're not going to be concerned with that either. Okay. And so over here is our hierarchy again. So what I wanted you guys to do here is right click, and you can see all this window pops up, and it shows like you can add different things. So like 3D object, 2D object, effects, lights. I want you guys to go down to 2D object and then click on sprite shape, and you can see it added this big white box to your scene. Okay, and so the reason I did this because I want to show you guys the tools up here that you can use to move around your objects in the scene. So you have the hand tool, and the hand tool that just kind of moves your scene around. So we're not really use that too much. You have our move tool. So if you click on the move tool and then you click on this green arrow, you can see you can drag the box up and down. And if you grab the red arrow, you can move it left and right. And then if you grab the middle box and it highlights yellow, if you drag that, you can drag it around your scene, okay? And then the next tool is our rotate tool. So you can see our rotate tool. If we click on this blue thing here and we hold it, we can actually rotate the cube. And if you look over here in the inspector, you could see that the values are changing. So if you actually want to go in here, you can actually put in a value, so like -60, and you can see how it can move, okay? And same thing with the position. If you wanted to change the position to, let's say, 1 or 3 or something like that. You can change it there. And then also you can go up here, this little 3 bars here, and you click on that. You kind of use this a lot. You're going to go to reset position, and then you can go to reset rotation, and it'll put it right back to the default rotation and position. Okay. All right, great guys. So we have our scene view, we have our game view, we have our hierarchy, and we have our inspector. Now down here, what we have is our project folder. So let me delete this because that was from my old project. Let me delete that. Okay. So basically, by default, this is what loads up into your project folder is a scenes folder. If you click on scenes folder, there's a sample scene. So that's our first scene. Okay. And you click over here, you can click on assets and it goes back to the original place. Okay. All right. So that's by default. So this is where you're going to create all your folders and for all your game assets and everything. And you can see up here, I created this in the scene, right? This square, but it doesn't show up down here. That's because it's created in our scene, but it's not created in our project. It doesn't mean it won't save in the scene, but it's just like if you go to another scene, you won't be able to use this box that you created. Okay. What you have to do is you actually have to drag it down, and then it actually creates a prefab. So now if you create a new scene, you can actually use that same box they used in the previous scene. All right. We're not going to really do that. We use prefabs for this tutorial series, but I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. All right. I'm going to delete that. All right. So that is pretty much it. And we'll delete this too because we don't need that. Okay. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Once again, if you guys like the content that I'm bringing, please like, please subscribe, and please check out my apps down in the description below. It would really, really mean a lot to me. All right. So that's it for this video. In the next video, we will actually be building our scene, and we're going to be adding buttons and questions for our quiz game. I don't think we'll get doing any C# programming, but we will get our scene set up. All right, guys. So until next time, peace.